All right, ready to roll when y'all are.
Stands out about the Panthers and that defense?
I think they're really well coached. I think they, I know Coach Ejiro from working with him in Denver, have a lot of respect for him, and you can tell the way his players play and the way he teaches is spectacular. So they're very disciplined, very sound defense.
What do you think of the way that they revamped their pass rush, bringing in Clowney and defensive tackle?
Yeah, we got a lot of respect for Clowney, and I think 95 is an excellent player. They've made improvements to their roster just like we have. So look forward to the competition this weekend.
Is that a good test for your offensive line right away?
Absolutely, yeah. Excited to see our five play together. Put a lot of hard work in the off season, and now look forward to their reward, which is Sunday.
Klint, how hard is it to find the time and the effort in a practice week to develop one young quarterback, much less two? How do you try to place an importance on that compared to getting ready for a game?
Yeah, limited reps, limited to none. It's very small. And I would give a ton of credit to Andrew Janoko. He's a phenomenal teacher, phenomenal coach, gets there with them early, way before the starter gets in the building, gets them out of practice early, gets them after practice, gets them between periods, and that's what the best you can do is just maximize the time before, after, and in between offensive team periods.
You've obviously worked for a lot of different organizations and under a lot of different coaches. I mean, is it a situation thing to find someone who decides that's important?
Could you rephrase that a little?
Is it case-by-case basis when certain coaches or certain organizations believe it's important to dedicate kind of that time and resources to doing like that?
I do agree with that, and I know Coach Allen especially spends a lot of time with us as coaches and making sure that we have a plan for each player, and having a pre-practice plan, post-practice plan, meeting with them extra. That comes from the head coach and from Mickey Loomis. So, and that's something that's important to us as well. So I think we're all on the same page as how important it is to develop those guys.
And then in this situation, specifically with two young quarterbacks, how important is we have to name a backup quarterback versus we want to care about the competition and the development between these two guys?
Yeah, I think there would be that competition regardless, and I would leave those decisions up to DA, and we're going to work with them the exact same no matter which one we would name, because we have so much respect for both those young guys. They're going to be good players.
Albin was saying that he was in your ear a lot while you were trying to call plays. What do you make of that experience?
The last preseason game, I wouldn't say that. I enjoy the banter back and forth with him. He's such a bright player. I really enjoy picking his brain, and he doesn't talk so much, to me at least. So it's good to get those moments with him on the sideline, and he really lights up when you start talking football. So that's a really fun part of his personality.
You said that you were never leaving the sideline again. Is that maybe an indication of what you're going to do Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see. Still talking about it with DA.
Sure.
We often hear you guys talk about things being vanilla. We say things are vanilla. Like, how much you actually show during the preseason of your offense, and what do you decide? Like, how do you decide what to keep under wraps?
I think that's a discussion we have with our coaches. At the end of the day, we're trying to go evaluate players. So I don't think you give them massive game plans throughout the preseason, because you're still competing every day against the defense, and you got maybe a day and a half to get ready for a preseason game. So yeah, you definitely don't want to maybe show your best stuff, and those are conversations that happen throughout the week, with DA and with our offensive coaching staff.
What are you looking forward to most week one, first game, in the regular season at the Dome?
Yeah, it's a 17 sprint marathon. So we're just looking forward to coming out and practicing again in the red zone tomorrow and getting better. And if you don't have that mindset, you drive yourself crazy, So we just got to focus on getting better every day. And, that's an old cliche, but it's important. It is what it is. We got a lot of football ahead of us, and just take it one game at a time.
This might be an obvious question, but Derek was talking about this yesterday. It feels like you both trust each other in terms of you're going to ask him to do something, and you trust he's going to do it a certain way. And how important is that level of trust with the quarterback in terms of your play caller offense in your system?
Yeah, that's a really important part of the relationship, and he makes it really easy because of just how good of a person he is, how hard he works, and how detailed he is. So that part's been really seamless, and I've enjoyed working with him.
Do you feel like you've been able to take some things off his plate this summer, just how the games will go to make him more efficient?
Yeah, I want to keep loading his plate up because he can handle so much. So there's nothing that he can't handle, but it's a team game, and it's about what our team can handle. It's not just the quarterback. It's an offensive line, it's our tight ends, it's our running backs, receivers. So it's not just about him. It's about everybody, and he knows that. And so I always have the team in mind first.
Right, but I guess are there things that you can do to, just shift the priorities elsewhere? Like, if you do, you get what I'm asking?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I think it's always important that we narrow our players' focus, and that's something that we really strive for as coaches. And you're not going to go into one game with 700 play game plan. You got to pare it down and talk about what you're going to do, what you're going to focus on, so that the players can have a laser sharp focus on the certain looks they're going to get from these number of plays.
How do you feel like Trevor Penning's progress throughout the offseason and where he's at going to the
Yeah, I think he's, again, I've said this every time, and I mean it. Like, he's doing everything we've asked him to do. He's a super coachable guy, and he's had some really good practices, and a lot can be said about where he started and where he's come from. And I'm really proud to get to coach Trevor and Rick Dennison and John Benton. And those guys have done a phenomenal job with him and with the whole offensive line. But he's earned the right to go out there and play really well on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to go and seeing what he does. But it's a five-man show up there, and it's all five working together. It's not just him.
Hey Clint, do you believe in load management as a play caller? Do you take that into consideration, say touches, injury history for certain players? I mean, is there a magic number you want to get to on carries and touches?
I think it's a good problem to have when you got to give plenty of guys touches, and I think we have that problem. So we got a lot of guys that are worthy of the ball. But as far as the game, yeah, to an extent, but we better go give our best players the ball early and often, and whoever has a hot hand, keep riding them.
Thank you.
Thanks.